Tonight we'll take a look at the SGA debate.
And new technology that is used to simulate being in poverty. Stay tuned, TrojanVision News starts now.
From the High Definition Production Center of Troy University's Broadcast and Digital Network and Troy campuses around the world, this is Troy TrojanVision News.
Hello and welcome to Troy TrojanVision News for February 20th, 2015. I'm Sarah Singletary.
And I'm Jordan Elston. Thank you for joining us this evening. Next week, Troy University students will select the next group of executives for the Student Government Association. But before the big election, students can get to know the candidates in the televised SGA debates right here on TrojanVision. Samantha Cocan has the story.
SGA elections are right around the corner, and to kick things off, the Student Government Association hosted a debate where the candidates discussed why they should be elected into office. Presidential candidate Heath Barton says the main goal he wants to focus on is better communication skills between students and the administration.
One thing is being accountable to our administration. Our administration serves as our backbone here on campus with our student body. Our administration is the reason that we have so much successes on campus, whether it be with our buildings or whether it be with our academics or anything along those lines.
Barton's three-part plan aims for accountability, success on and off the field, and pride for Troy University.
Something else I plan on bringing is pride among our Trojans. I feel like the past couple of years our pride has kind of went down a little bit. So I want to make sure to give more encouragement to our student body, encourage their Trojan pride, whether it be at athletic events, in their academics, or just in general around the campus.
These debates give voters a chance to make an informed decision on Election Day, and they can be viewed on the candidates' campaign pages, YouTube, and Troy TrojanVision News.
It gives the voters a chance to make an informed decision because they will be available on YouTube, on the candidates' campaign pages and everything like that, to see how they stand on the issues. So I think it's really, really important, especially for the president and VPCA races, which are going to be uncontested. I feel like it's important for them to still have their opportunity to kind of speak to their platform and their campaign and things they want to see accomplished in the next year.
Cole believes in order to have a successful upcoming year, the new officers must rely on student input and act as a voice for the student body.
We're the Student Government Association. I really feel like we should be there to serve the entire student body, put on more programs, publicize things better, and just honestly get more student input, because I feel like that's what we're here, is to serve the students.
SGA elections will be held Wednesday, February 25th in the SGA office from 8 to 5. Samantha Cocan, Troy TrojanVision News.
The debates will air tonight at 8 and 11 p.m. here on TrojanVision. Additional air times can be found on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Troy TrojanVision. While there, you can watch the debates as well, or on our YouTube page, youtube.com/Troy TrojanVision. The SGA office elections will be next Wednesday.
Poverty is something many people struggle with at least once in their lifetime. Thursday night, Troy of Montgomery's campus held a poverty simulation for the community to see just how hard it is to make ends meet. Angel Norris has the details.
River Region residents came out Thursday night to learn more about the daily challenges faced by families in poverty. Troy University and Alabama Possible held a simulation to show the community how difficult it is for impoverished families.
We're going to have a group of about 88 participants experience what a month in the life of a low-income family might be like. We have 4 15-minute weeks, and during each one of those weeks, the families have to figure out how to put food on the table, get the kids to school and get to work on time, pay the rent and utilities.
Alabama is the 7th poorest state, and nearly 900,000 Alabamians live in poverty. Jonathan Seeland tells us how Troy students and people in the surrounding communities can help get involved.
So there's a lot of ways that on our Troy campus that students as well as the community can get involved. One is through our Campus Kitchens program. And we also do our spring food drive, which is a can castle contest and faculty and staff food drive, as well as we have relationships with area nonprofits and schools to get students out in the community.
Participants tell us what they learned and how the experience was for them.
It's amazing how many different things can come up in the course of a given month that families have to endure and deal with.
Well, when you look down and really look at all the bills that you have to pay with a set amount of money, I got left in jail for 2 weeks. My parents couldn't come and get me because they had other obligations to pay. So it just kind of makes you look at, things from another point of view.
You can't just put a Band-Aid on poverty, but what is really required is for us to become engaged in long-term ways and really deal with the underlying issues around poverty and hunger in Alabama.
At least 300,000 children live under the poverty line as well. If you would like to find out more information on how to help, visit alabamapossible.org. In Montgomery, Angel Norris, Troy TrojanVision News.
If you'd like to participate in Alabama's Possible's next event, they're planning to hold a Hunger for Justice conference in April at Troy Montgomery's campus. Troy University welcomed over 200 high school art students to campus today.
Deja Suarez gives us a look at Troy's second annual Art Day.
Troy University held its second annual Art Day, inviting creative high schoolers with a passion for art to be exposed to what Troy has to offer.
It's introducing schools, public high schools, and throughout Alabama, Troy University and what we offer in the art department.
Teachers from different schools selected students who were interested in showcasing their brilliant artistic talents. One teacher shares why Art Day is so important to the students.
I love that this is the second annual Art Day, and I love it because even students that are local here in Troy don't get an opportunity to work with the art professors and the media that they have here at Troy University. They're actually getting in the classroom and working with the professors, so it really makes them more familiar with Troy University.
With over 200 students from 7 different public schools around Alabama, the students were able to interact with other children that shared the same admirations. One Dothan High School student shares what art means to him.
Using my art to kind of express how I feel about different things, show emotion through my artistic views, different things like that, just use it as a source of expression.
Troy University students as well were able to get involved in Art Day and share why art is important in society.
It's really important that we bring these kids out here and show them what the art department is all about and get them interested.
I feel like this generation kind of has lost touch of art, and so this is a way for us to recommunicate them to just their freedom of expression.
Deja Suarez, Troy TrojanVision News.
As a part of the Art Day activities, Troy presented the District 2 Visual Arts Achievement Program Awards in a ceremony this afternoon.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. State authorities say investigators should soon wrap up their report on a fatal shooting by a police officer outside an Alabama animal shelter. Agents with the State Bureau of Investigation are looking into the fatal shooting of 30-year-old Robert Earl Lawrence by a Dothan police officer in late December.
A Blount County High School administrator accused of secretly recording a nude girl in the bathroom has been arrested. 48-year-old Tim Clevenger, assistant principal at Locust Fork High School, is accused of videotaping the 14-year-old through blinds covering a bathroom window.
An Alabama school board is moving toward plans to issue iPads to 1,500 middle school students, though parents would have to first pay a fee. The Phoenix City Board of Education approved a $25 insurance fee yesterday that parents would have to pay before students are given a tablet computer to take home.
Still to come on Troy TrojanVision News, the men and women's basketball teams battled it out on the basketball court last night. Colin Cahill had those results and more in sports.
And the Oscars are quickly approaching. More on that after the break. Stay with us.
It's Hollywood's biggest night. I'm Danielle Nottingham on the Oscars red carpet with a look at the early predictions.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
Enroll today. That's what we're here together to say. Enroll today. Take care of people for goodness sake. There's a plan for every budget, so don't accept defeat. Now you can get covered and still
buy me treats.
Enroll.
The new world of healthcare is here to stay. Do something for those who care about you. Enroll today.
Now, the latest in Trojan sports on Troy Trojan Vision News.
The Trojan men's basketball team pulled off an upset and beat one of the top teams in the Sun Belt last night. The Trojans defeated Georgia Southern 65-62 at Hamner Fieldhouse in Statesboro, Georgia. Musa Abdul-Alim paced the Trojans with a game-high 25 points, 19 of which came in the second half, including the game-winning bucket with 32 seconds left in the game. Kevin Thomas had a near-perfect night as he shot 4-4 from the floor and 3-4 from the charity stripe. Chris Bilbo also scored in double figures with 10 points, dishing out a team-high 4 assists. The Trojans completed the season sweep of the second-place Eagles with last night's win. The Trojans return home Saturday to face UALR. The Trojans are slated to tip off at 4:30 p.m. following the conclusion of the women's game. Troy will enter Saturday one game behind UALR, who sits in 8th place in the Sun Belt rankings. Only the top 8 teams will make it into the conference tournament. However, the Trojan women will not have to worry about their spot in the conference tournament as they secured their spot with a win against Georgia Southern last night as well. The Trojans defeated the Eagles 99-93, helped heavily by Ashley Beverly Kelly's 46-point performance. Beverly Kelly's career 46 points are the most scored by a player in the nation this season and the most ever scored against Georgia Southern. Troy has now won 4 straight games and sits alone in 3rd place in Sun Belt standings. The win gives Troy a season sweep of Georgia Southern and also officially clinches a spot in the Sun Belt Championships for Troy. Now the Trojans turn their eye to the top team in the league, UALR, which is making a visit to Troy tomorrow afternoon.
Last season, we went to their place, and they beat us by 25 points, and then we turned around and they came to our place last year at our home game, and we beat them by 25 points. So we're looking to make the same thing happen. They pretty much handed it to us when we went to their place earlier this season. So now they're coming to our place. It's another pink game. Our girls are going to be fired up. There were words exchanged in the last, competition. We actually had one of our starters, Brianna Lancaster, who went down in that game. So it's just a way for us to redeem ourselves and take care of a home court advantage.
Troy will take on UALR tomorrow at 2 p.m. in Trojan Arena. The softball team will stay in Troy this weekend as they host the Troy Invitational. Troy will have a doubleheader as they take on Connecticut University first and then Northern Illinois. Troy will then have another doubleheader tomorrow as they play Northern Illinois again and UConn as well. The Trojans' last game will be against Evansville to wrap up the weekend Invitational. Troy, as of now, is ranked 8th in the conference with an overall record of 3-6 going into the tournament. Head coach Beth Mullen says they want to do a lot better than they did last weekend.
We didn't play Troy softball in my mind, but on Saturday, we talked about it after Friday and made some adjustments, and on Saturday I thought we played great. We didn't get the wins, but we played much better, and we played Troy softball, and I think we just didn't come out on top, and I think we can take from what we did Saturday and really build upon Wednesday and then this weekend.
The Trojan Invitational is set for this weekend at the Trojan Softball Complex. The men's baseball team travels to Pensacola, Florida this weekend to participate in the Cox Diamond Invitational. This will be the second time Troy has traveled to Pensacola in 2 years. Coach Bobby Pierce talks about the experience of playing in a AA ballpark.
It'll be a round-robin tournament down in the beautiful park we played Alabama in last year. 3-game set this time. But what a great opportunity and experience for players. It's a AA pro park that's brand new, just an awesome place. Playing 3 different teams will be a little bit different than a series like we just had this weekend. But we got to get on the road. We got to get that under our belt. All the new guys need to experience that.
Troy opened up the tournament playing against St. Louis University today and then played North Florida on Saturday and finished the tournament playing Nicholls State on Sunday.